Blatten, Switzerland, a tragic turn in a majestic Alpine village. 1. Introduction to Blatten, Lötschen. Blatten is a serene mountain village nestled in the Lötschen Valley in the canton of Valais, Switzerland. Not to be confused with Blatten Bay Naders near the Birch Glacier. Blatten, Lötschen, sits at an elevation of around 1,540 meters 5,052 feet and is part of the municipality of Lötschen. It is the highest inhabited village in the Lötschen and serves as a gateway to one of the most breathtaking and unspoiled alpine regions in the country. This village is beloved for its traditional wooden chalets, some centuries old, pristine natural surroundings including access to hiking trails, ski resorts, and UNESCO-listed glaciers, strong preservation of Valaisan culture and the Lötschen dialect, its proximity to the Jungfraulich World Heritage Region. Despite its modest size, Blatten had established itself as a hub for ecotourism, mountain sports, and cultural heritage in the Swiss Alps. 2. The May 2025 glacier disaster. On May 28, 2025, Blatten, Lötschen, was devastated by a catastrophic natural event. The Birch Glacier, which towers above the village, partially collapsed, unleashing a powerful landslide composed of glacial ice, rock, and mud. This event has become one of the most alarming consequences of climate-related glacier instability in recent Swiss history. Sequence of events. Early May 2025, geologists began monitoring increased instability in the Birch Glacier. Cracks in ice movement patterns indicated an imminent collapse. May 19, 2025, Swiss authorities acting on scientific data evacuated all 300 residents of Blatten as a precautionary measure. May 28, 2025, the glacier collapsed. In a matter of moments, roughly 90% of the village was buried under a mass of debris. The Lanza River, which runs through the valley, was blocked by the landslide, creating a new lake and potential downstream flood hazard. 3. Human and environmental impact. Human toll. Thanks to the early evacuation, the majority of residents were saved. However, one 64-year-old man was reported missing and is presumed to have been caught in the debris. As of May 29, 2025, search efforts by the Swiss Army and local rescuers are still ongoing. Environmental concerns. The blockage of the Lanza River has caused water to accumulate behind the debris, raising fears of flooding if the dam-like barrier gives way. The region now faces risks of secondary landslides, glacial lake outburst floods, GLOFs, and ecosystem disturbances. Loss of flora and fauna, destruction of centuries-old alpine architecture, and potential long-term displacement of the village population. 4. Global and climate implications. The Birch Glacier collapse has reignited debate over climate change and the fate of alpine glaciers, many of which are rapidly retreating due to global warming. Glacial retreat in the Alps. Swiss glaciers lost 10% of their volume in just 2 years, 2022 to 2023, according to Swiss glaciological studies. Warming temperatures weaken glacial stability, making ice falls, landslides, and collapses more frequent. This disaster is a stark reminder of the risks facing mountain communities worldwide, especially those nestled near rapidly melting glaciers. Blatten is now a case study in disaster preparedness, scientific monitoring, and climate adaptation. 5. The future of Blatten. While most of the village was physically destroyed, the spirit of the community survives. Swiss officials, engineers, and volunteers are working tirelessly to clear debris and stabilize surrounding terrain. Establish temporary accommodations for displaced residents. Plan long-term rebuilding or possible relocation of the village. Continue monitoring the Lanza River and prevent downstream flooding. There is an outpouring of solidarity from across Switzerland and Europe, with aid organizations and environmental groups offering support. 6. A village of heritage and hope. Blatten, Lötschen may never be the same, but its legacy as a cultural and natural jewel of the Alps is not lost. Before the disaster, visitors flocked to Blatten for festivals like Skagata, where people dress as mythical alpine creatures. Access to the Lötschen Pass, a historic high mountain pass used for centuries. Winter skiing in the Lötschenalp resort area. Rebuilding will not only be a matter of construction. It will be an act of preserving heritage, mourning loss, and facing a new climate reality with resilience and unity. 7. Conclusion. The tragedy in Blatten is both a human story and a climate story. It is about a small village that was nearly wiped off the map. but whose people were saved thanks to science, preparation, and swift action. It is also a warning to other Alpine regions about the fragility of life in high mountain terrain. Blatten reminds us of the beauty and peril of nature, the importance of foresight, and the need for collective responsibility in facing the challenges of our warming world.